19 here at Devoted Danes, and now that things have kind of took a turn for the better, I can talk about it. So we've had some issues this week with our puppies. It's just been a whirlwind of problems, I feel like. So a little backstory on how this started is puppies were doing great. Ebby's 6 puppies were doing great, and then I had noticed on Sunday that somebody was throwing up, and I'm like, I wonder who it is. And sometimes if they eat too much they can do that, but it's not real typical for it to happen a lot. So I started looking at mouths, and I figured out who the culprit was. It was Ludo. So Ludo was spitting up, and I didn't know why, and he's one of our small ones, so it kind of made me concerned. So then I started checking everybody, and then I noticed Hannibal had discharge around his nose, which means a cold. I'm like, oh no. So of course it's Sunday. I got the stomach bug over the weekend. Still dealing with it. But so as you know, because of the pandemic, we are short on veterans. It's a Sunday. Our vet is not open on Sundays. They don't open on Saturdays anymore either, but I didn't notice it till Sunday. So, hey little man. So I scooped up those two. I kind of watched everybody, and I said, Ludo looks a little lethargic, and Hannibal was worse. He had the green snots when he was trying to like breathe, and I noticed he really wasn't wanting to nurse. So that's like huge red flags for me. Like, okay, we need to find an emergency vet, and we need to get him there as soon as possible. Well, I live near, I live in a small town, but I have access to the big cities. So our biggest city is Concord, which is our state capital here in New Hampshire. We have an emergency thing, and if you'd seen in the past, I've used it for mastitis for Nala. That's the place. And I called there, and there was multiple people ahead and more coming in. These are 2-week-old puppies. They don't have the luxury of waiting hours to be seen. To me, this is a top priority. It's definitely an emergency. For me, it's nothing else is more important than scooping up my puppies and finding somebody that's available. So that wasn't good enough. So I called Manchester, which is our biggest city in New Hampshire, but not our state capital. And they had even more people lined up and coming in. So I was like, well, who else do we have? So there's a small emergency vet in Windham, New Hampshire. And I called them, and they said, okay, when can you be here? We have 2 people ahead of you, but they have a slot. They want us to come in. So we took about an hour for us to get there. I took my 2 boys, Ludo and Hannibal, there. They were really great. First time I've ever been there. I would recommend them to anybody else that's in a pinch. There's another one in Meredith that I like, but they're like 5 o'clock and later, and it was earlier in the day and I wasn't waiting. So I brought my guys there. They got checked out. We tested them for coccidiosis, parvo even, because I'm like, we're here, we're checking them. They don't have any of that. They didn't have temperatures. They were dehydrated. They believed to be upper respiratory colds, which gave like Hannibal mucousy poop. So they did poop floats, they call them, or and nothing appeared. No coccidias, excuse me, appeared. So they put liquid under their necks to hydrate them, and they put them on clavamoxin, which is pretty typical for these guys this age. It works pretty good, clavamoxin. And I brought them home, and that just giving them that fluid gave them enough pep. When they got home, they were hungry for mom. They both started nursing. It was such a relief. I was so like holding my breath, like how is it going to be when we get home? But they both, I'm happy to say, were fine. Hannibal was the worst. He was more lethargic. I guess Ludo gave a kick. Even though Ludo's our runt of the bunch, he's about a pound smaller than Hannibal. So when I got home, I was getting them, you know, on mom, and I was, you know, assessing everybody else, and I realized Briggs has the same symptoms. He's lethargic, he's not eating. Briggs was our biggest puppy. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I just got home. It's too late to bring him back. So what I did is I gave Briggs a dose of clavamoxin from the other boys, because they're pretty much, Briggs is a big one like Hannibal. And I tried to get him to eat. We did get some down, but not a lot. I was very concerned about Briggs. I honestly did not think he was going to make it through the night. He was so lethargic. And you could tell he's dehydrated, because when a puppy doesn't eat for any amount of time, you can see it. You start to see the butt bones and stuff like that. And I was just so heartbroken, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Mind you, I have the stomach bug. So first thing Monday morning, I called my vet. We checked on him throughout the night and did the best we could for him. And it did seem like the clavamoxin was starting to turn around. This morning on his own, he nursed ever so slightly his mom, but that was huge triumph for us because he didn't even want to take anything I was giving him. I made up formula in the bottles so I could measure what he was taking. I tried syringes. He just wasn't doing anything. So thank God we have the best vet in the world. They said bring him in, and I did, and they gave Briggs the same treatment as the other boys got at Windham. He got a pack under his neck, some saline solution to give him the extra boost that he needed, and gave him his own clavamoxin. And when I got him home, he started nursing. It was like, you know, after losing Snow, I just didn't want to lose anybody else. And these guys are important to us, and they're important to their new families. So we do everything we can to save our puppies. It's super emotional for us when anybody's sick, because we invest everything we have into these guys, all our efforts, all our strengths. My husband was up till midnight looking for goat's milk to make formula for these guys, and the store was closed, so the other one that had it was my daughter, so he had to go to my daughter's house at midnight to get goat's milk. But it's like, it's a village sometimes comes together when it needs to, and I always can count on my daughter to help when she needs to. So he got back at midnight. I took a cat nap. I still don't really feel 100%, but we did that last night before we brought him to the vet. And everybody was, I mean, the two boys, Ludo and Hannibal, are doing good. Now the other three, it's like nothing ever happened. Our little girl Raven, Gino, and Baloo, they don't care. They're just in here to eat. They're totally fine. We are going to treat them too, because we think, I don't know how they caught it, what they caught, but could be deadly. So we're not willing to risk anything. It's better to treat than not. But I can finally say now that we're on the up and up. Like, these guys are, take a look yourself. Hannibal, as you can see, he just got off mom. You can see he did lose some weight because he was lethargic and not wanting to eat. This is Ludo. He was the one I was spitting up milk, and they said sometimes if you get a problem that you could spit up. As you can tell, this is Baloo. He didn't miss a thing. Gino's doing awesome. Raven is. This is Briggs. You can see his bones because he was so lethargic. But look, he's eating on his own. That is, you cannot believe what a blessing that is to see that puppy eating by himself after putting him, forcing him almost to eat, and then him spitting it up. I mean, I honestly did not think Briggs was going to make it through the night. And he was our biggest puppy. And you see the difference? This is Raven's butt. You don't see any bones. See the little bones sticking out? He's dehydrated, but they did put a liquid pack on his neck. And honestly, that gave him enough hydrants to come home and start eating. He's been nursing off and on since we got home. I have been watching them around the clock. They're due for their clavamoxin. But I hope this is the only scare these boys give me, because I don't think my health could take it. It really does a number on me when these guys are hurting. And Mommy is fine. Yes, she's a beautiful mummy. So, I mean, if you don't monitor your puppies, just noticing if they spit up on a blanket, like questioning it, why, or looking when they poop, what does their poop look like? These are all things that breeders do that people don't even realize. Like, I thought there was problems when I saw a runny poop. I'm like, that's not right. And so that's why hi, sweet boy, I had him do the coccidia test and the parvo test. Those are all deadly things for puppies and the breeder's worst nightmare. But we did not have any of that here. I don't know what happened for these guys to catch it. I don't know if it's what Snow had and we didn't catch Snow's quick enough and she did pass. But some of the symptoms are the same as what Snow had without getting into too many details. But we are able to hopefully save everybody here. I will keep you guys updated and put this in my video, but this is hopefully the turnaround of good things to come. Hi, Gino. He's such a sweet boy. Gino loves the bottle, by the way. And this little guy, he has to be the biggest now because Baloo, I think, has just been keep going, and well, Briggs was sick, so, but he may make a full comeback. He's eating since we've been home. I was 8 o'clock this morning when they opened, called. We got him right in for 9 o'clock. Takes about 40 minutes to get there, and he's already turning around. He wasn't nursing at all, so that's a blessing. And this guy too, I come in and he's nursing on his mom by himself. I think Ludo actually had it the mildest, but he was throwing up, so that's what concerned me about him, and I brought him in. But both Hannibal and Briggs were the lethargic, not really wanting to eat, so that is a huge red flag for anybody that's got little babies this age. This little girl, she's looking for the bottle. So I have been supplementing with the bottle too, just to be sure everybody gets enough. So they'll still be eating with Mom for another couple weeks until 4 weeks old when their teeth come in. But I just wanted to, you know, tell people it's not all rainbows and butterflies. There's a lot of hardship that goes into breeding, and, you know, losing puppies or almost losing them is, you know, our worst nightmare. So I was able to catch this in time, and I'm hoping that everybody just turns around from here. They did weigh the boys when they went in, so I'm going to be checking their weights just to be sure that they're on the up and up, but they will be on meds for about a week. We want to make sure this is out of their system. And we have turned up the heat in here thinking, I don't know, maybe they caught a draft, but I doubt it, because it's when puppies are cold, they bunch together. These guys are all sprawled out. They are not cold, they're hot. So, or they're at least warm. They're not, you know, overdoing it. So, but we take every precaution to make sure that these little scoots do well, and he looks so much better than yesterday. Oh, Mr. Briggs. He wasn't even opening his eyes for us yesterday. And I didn't notify the owners because I didn't know, honestly, I didn't want to give them bad news if I didn't have to. And I think I might not have to. I'm going to wait till they're, you know, doing a little bit better, and then I probably will tell the owners about it, but I don't want them to worry. Right now I'm doing enough worrying for everybody. There's no sense of them worrying about their puppies. Hi, sweet girl. But it's just a day in the life of a breeder. You know, and it's not just me, it's my husband. He does a lot for these guys that you guys don't see. He's the guy behind the scenes driving me places or running after stuff. So, but I wanted just to be, I try to be honest on this, on my channel. Now you can see these two are just perfectly fine. They're playing. Neither one of them were sick. And it's amazing how half of them will get it and half of them don't. And they're in the same room playing, living. So I will update you guys as the week progresses, and hopefully only better news every day. And this little guy, hopefully in a couple days we don't see any of those little bones hanging out. Oh, but he's the most precious boy. Morning everybody, Francine here. So I just wanted to show you how the puppies were doing and what, you know, giving it time and medicine, what it really helps. They are. So as you can see, everybody's up and about, bebopping around. They all look pretty good compared to the video I took when we just got back Sunday, Monday with these guys from the vets. As you can see, he's filling out. Briggs is filling out nicely. Same with Hannibal. They're all up and about, alert, as they should be, looking for mommy. Stealing a drink. That's Raven. She was fine. So was Gino, but so mommy's gonna feed them. They've all been nursing off her, and it's a huge difference compared to how sick they were last weekend to 6 days later. They're up, bebopping around, interacting with each other and mom. And we did start the shavings for potty training because they're pee-peeing a lot on the blankets, and they're going to be transitioned into food next week, and mom won't clean up behind them after they're on regular food, so we need to start the potty training. We did have some of them already use it. I think Raven was the first one. Your mommy's over there, in case you didn't notice. But I'm always like changing out blankets and stuff, and I put these on top. The towels on top because they absorb in case they do have pee-pee accidents, which they do. They have just started potty training. What, Gino? What, Mr. Briggs? But as you can see, Briggs, he's looking better. He's starting to fill back out. He doesn't look as dehydrated. And he's hunting for something to eat with me. Same with these two guys. So they're all doing a lot better. I think we are going to be just fine. Just fine. We're going to be just fine, huh, Briggs? Huh, Mr. Briggs? Your mommy's over here giving out free food. Free food bar. The milk bar's open. Isn't he cute? Phil, teeth just coming to the surface, so he'll be ready for food next week. Yeah, you too. We have to wait for everybody's teeth to show up, not just one of you. Yep. Huh. You're the sassy guy. Yeah, I think he's the biggest one now. But all is well with all the puppies that were sick last week. Mommy's over there. They think I have a bottle. They've gotten a little accustomed to me coming in with bottles. Hi, Gino. Handsome fella. Those guys aren't stupid. They're over there with Mommy. You take care of your kids, Mommy? Yes. So the meds are working. The bottle feeding is helping. You can see Briggs looks a lot better. He's not the biggest, but he looks a lot better than what he did. Why don't you guys go eat with Mommy? Mommy's over here. Yes, your pretty Mommy's here. Look. You want to eat, Gino? Look, Mama's here. Oh, Briggs. Oh, there's Mama. So, 100%. Look, he's hunting for it. You can see the back of him. He looks good now. You don't see all his little bones, thank goodness. Oh, they're all going to get in on it now that they realize I don't have anything for him. Sorry, Abigail. Abigail. She's ignoring me. All right, so that is good to report that these guys are doing great. Finally, huh, Mama? Huh, Mama? What are you kids doing? He's eating. I know you just fed them when I was up here. I just brought up some of their clean linen, and they're back at it. So, funny little thing. Everybody that knows Ebby knows her favorite thing is bread, sliced bread, hoagie rolls, sub rolls. She loves bread. So when I give her her meal, I put bread on top of. She gets kibbles, canned dog food, sometimes cottage cheese. She likes milk. But I'll throw a few slices on top, and that's like the first thing she eats. So what she's been doing is taking her sliced bread and bringing it in here and putting it down for her babies, because she knows their teeth are coming in and they're going to need more than what she has. So she's been offering them her sliced bread. Tell me that is a good mom. Her favorite, and she's offering it up to her babies. And they'll come over and sniff it like, what's this? So she knows they're getting ready to eat. Around, she wouldn't be offering her bread to them. Some mom regurgitate. Ebby's willing to give her her sliced bread. So that's a cute little fact about Abigail. But look at those little babies, all doing so good. And that was Hannibal. He was one of them. And look at how intense he's trying to eat. I know you just want a bottle. He's gotten really accustomed to that. Yeah. So I'll leave you be so you can feed your kids in peace. So I put out the wood shavings for these guys. Hi, Hannibal. Oh, she said, is that the lady? The lady that comes? Oh my goodness, what's she doing? We hear her. It's funny, as the puppies get older, once they hear my voice, they'll realize it means food and they'll wake up. So if they're awake, I'm seeing if they're going to want to come down into the shavings to take a pee. I think she is peeing. Raven. Did you go pee, Raven? My goodness, she did. I just put this down a couple. See, now she's toddling back. Let's see if we can. Hey. She named you Hannibal. Oh, you woke up Gino. She said you woke me up. Hey, Gino. So usually when they first wake up is a really good time to put them in the shavings. And now these shavings are just from Tractor Supply. I got the fine shavings, so they don't go as many as, I guess either way it kind of makes a mess, but it is what it is. Let's see what Gino and Mr. Briggs thinks. What do you think, Briggs? Oh. Oh. That's Raven. She's a bit of a sassy girl. He said, well, I don't know what she expects me to do in these. Here's the rest of them. You can see Ludo was trying to bite the end of his brother. See, Briggs just went over there by himself. We'll see if he gets the gist of going pee-pee. Or are you just sitting there? I don't know. I think he's just sitting there thinking about it. But, so next week we will be introducing food. So on days that it's nice out, the kitties will come out and play. These he'll come in and out, but this is Marmalade. You guys probably won't recognize her because she's huge now. Come here, Mom. She's friendly. Hi, girl. But she was a skinny stray that we got last year. And look, she got her spayed and she's big. And then we kept her daughter. That's Peaches. Peaches is a bit feral though. I have to really trick her to pick her up. She was rolling around in the dirt on the driveway, so she looks really dusty. But yeah, I can't believe how big Marmalade got. And they like to stay in the barn. They don't come in the house, these two. The barn is warm. And Sylvester, he comes in and out. But these guys really patrol the barn really good for any kind of field mice. They catch it. She especially, Peaches. And we have one kitty that stays in the house, and that's Haley. And Haley is due to go get spayed next week. She came into heat. I gotta spay her. I gotta catch her though, that's the thing. It was hard for me to catch her just to deworm her. But I can't believe how big. If you guys remember how skinny Marmalade was when we first got her. She was tiny. She has a droopy belly already. I don't know why. She hasn't been spayed. She just eats well. But they're outside enjoying the sun. Sylvester is. Huh, buddy. Huh, buddy. So it's cool out, but the sun's shining, so it's everybody likes to be out when it's sunny. So Nolly. She's busy. There's a little dog beside us that she's very interested in watching. So she had just a couple shots today. She wasn't ready for her annual, but we put it off a little bit because of she did have snow, but we're able to get her into the vets now to get her shots, and she's up to date. Nolly, there you is, pretty girl. Oh, I love you too. Yes, you're busy watching the little doggy next door. Yeah, wasn't too rough on him, huh? No. Yep. So we'll do a couple other things and then we'll head home. Another busy day.